Welcome to Sports Banter. This is Bryce, and I'm joined by Luca, and we're back again with some basketball. And this is kind of a weird episode of Sports Banter because half of it's pretty much injuries, some disappointments too. So really kind of negative, but we're just bringing you the sports news, from basketball, and a lot happened. So first thing we're going to talk about is Jamal Murray tearing his ACL. This was the April 12th game, and he was playing, I believe, the Warriors. It seems like a forever ago. It was 8 days ago, but it ended up being a torn ACL. And they're losing a guy that's averaging 21 points per game, 4 rebounds, and almost 5 assists. And Luca, how are you feeling about this injury?
It's horrible for the Nuggets. It's very bad for Murray. He is only 24, so if the recovery's good, then I think his career will be all right. Because ACL surgeries and recoveries are so hit or miss. You either come back the player you were, or you just look horrible. And that's not his fault. It's just what happens.
Yeah.
If I was right on the stats I was looking at, he's averaging the most points per season he has, like, his whole career this year. Like, this was like his most scoring points wise. He's been a huge help for the Nuggets. He dropped 50 points against the Cavs back in February. He's been on a roll this season, and it just really, really sucks. It just sucks. But hopefully he has a good recovery.
Yeah. What do you think about, like, the team in general? Like, how that impacts them?
Obviously negatively. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
he's their scoring wise best player. I mean, they still got
I don't know about that.
who would you have over them?
Jokic.
Over him. That's true. But I mean, he's more of an all around a better player. But I feel like scoring. I mean, if you want to say Jokic is better, that's fair. But either way, you're missing Murray. He's a huge detriment or huge negative loss.
Yeah, I know.
I think.
Yeah, you go.
What you? I was just gonna say. I think they'll still make the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
But with him gone, their depth isn't looking as great. So I don't know how far they'll get.
Yeah, at least for me, I was thinking like this team could be a contender. Now I don't think they have a chance. Just because Jamal Murray was important to that team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still think they're going to be really good. Like, they're going to stay in the top 6 seeds. I just don't think that they have a chance to really, contend and make it to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
I am excited to see Michael Porter Jr. kind of really up his production
Get in that
now.
role.
Yeah, get on a roll because he's been averaging 17.5 points per game and 7.5 rebounds. And he's been scoring a good amount. And now that Jamal Murray's gone, I think Michael Porter Jr. could be the second option for the team, outside of Jokic.
Mm-hmm. And Michael Porter's a good player. He's young too.
Yeah.
I think he can fill in that role nice. I want to point out something with this Nuggets team that I did not know. I didn't know JaVale McGee was on the team.
Yeah, it was one of the.
I
think it was.
I know he got traded.
Yeah, it was a quiet trade.
I thought he was still at the Cavs.
Yeah, no.
I just saw his face on the team. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, that's totally fair. You wouldn't expect it. JaVale McGee. But I think this is also a kind of a result of the shortened schedule in the NBA this season because of COVID, and they're trying to get back to the regular start in October, end in June with the finals.
Yeah.
So I think that because there's less off days, that this puts more pressures on the athletes, and especially too Jamal Murray was lighting it up in the bubble, and for him to get no break after those amazing performances, I hate to say it, but it was kind of coming.
Yeah, just overstressing your body and stuff like that.
For sure. But now on to a lighter topic. It's Stephen Curry. And I know we talked about it last week about Stephen Curry being on a tear, but He's now the leading scorer in Golden State Warriors history. He did this against the OKC Thunder. He had 42 points. And the final score of that game was 147 to 109. So just a complete blowout.
Yeah, I mean, so you're saying, and I was gonna ask this before we recorded, but we're putting the video. So you're saying he scored the most points for Golden State, like
Yes,
ever?
ever.
So more than Wilt?
Yes.
Jeez, I did not know that. Dang, I mean, you could decide who you think the better player is. I don't know. I haven't really seen any Wilt Chamberlain highlights. I just know he was a monster back in his day. But I mean, Curry is an incredible player. I'm not really shocked maybe by it. I just didn't really know. He's insane. He's right now the only player that seems like he cares to play for the Warriors. Yeah, he deserved. I mean, he's earned it. Obviously, he's the one scoring all the points. Never misses. Just a beast.
Yeah, he just passed Wilt Chamberlain. Like, Wilt
Wow.
Chamberlain was the number one scorer, and now it's Curry.
All the old heads are probably just saying he couldn't do it 30 years ago or something like that. I don't know. They'd probably attack him.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because he's just a completely different player than anything you've ever seen from back then.
Yeah, and well, they also played two different positions, so they're two completely different kinds of players. You can't really, you could compare them, but at the same time, you really can't. So
yeah, and I think the thing with Wilt, I'm not sure if this was like when he was only on the 76ers when I saw this stat, but like Wilt is like during like the season, I think he has like 10 or more free throws a game at one point, and the only other center to do that is Joel Embiid this season.
Really?
So yeah, I think the big part of his game is just free throws too.
Yeah.
And, you know, Curry, man. We talked about Curry a couple weeks ago about his free throws, about how you've never seen him miss.
Yeah, he's a free, though, dude, too, yeah.
I did watch him miss again last night against the 76ers.
What?
Yeah.
Dang. My question is, though, so Curry beat Chamberlain's scoring record.
Yeah.
Is he gonna beat the kid record, too? Because I know Chamberlain's got, like, had a bajillion kids, so let's see if Curry can beat him on that one.
I tell you, if this was like, if the NFL and NBA combined, I mean, does Wilt beat Phillip Rivers in amount of children?
How many does Rivers have?
He has a lot. Come on, this has to be somewhere.
Phillip Rivers. Kids. He has 9 kids. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers has 9 kids.
That's
okay,
crazy.
I did not know that.
All right, but moving on. LaMarcus Aldridge. So this happened a little bit ago. It was April 10th. He felt an irregular heartbeat during his game. And then he just decided to retire.
Yeah.
Just like that.
So it does come off odd, but of what I've gathered, he had the same, not to get personal here, but he had the same syndrome that I had when I was a baby. It's a heart condition. I almost died from it. A lot of people can almost die from it. And he had to get, he missed the rest of the 2006-2007 season to go watch his heart, and then before the 2012 season he had to go get surgery for it. It's a big deal, and he said when he retired this year that he's put basketball ahead of his health for 15 years and it's time to stop. So I think this was just like a warning shot he got. He's like, I don't want to mess up again with my heart, and just called it quits.
Yeah, so. That's fair. You know, I'm not criticizing the move. I mean, look, health
it is
comes
odd
before
though. Yeah.
basketball, but like, yeah, I guess I'm just saying it's really odd because it's happening in the middle of the season. But I mean, look, respect to him. He was a 7-time NBA All-Star, 5-time All-NBA player. He had his best years in Portland with Damian Lillard. So, I mean, the guy's had a heck of a career, but yeah, it's gonna be weird, you know. I mean, I'm used to seeing LaMarcus Aldridge on the Spurs. Now not seeing him on the Spurs is kind of weird. And then I was just getting used to him being on the Nets, and now he's gone.
Yeah. I mean, I can't relate to you because I haven't watched basketball as long. But I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but I mean, for the Nets, I don't think this is a huge shot to their championship potential. Like, although
Nah, it's not.
I don't think they're gonna win, but it's not because of Aldridge like retiring.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a piece to lose, but I'm sure they'll have guys that step up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But something that might be terrible for the Nets is that just a couple days ago, Kevin Durant left the game with another injury. Jeez.
Yeah, it was a thigh contusion.
Yeah.
He said he's sore, but the medical team doesn't know how severe it is. This could end up being nothing, or he might be out for like the season. Um, they're calling it a day-to-day thing right now. I'm like 90% sure he'll be back next week or even sooner. Um, but I mean, they're just monitoring it, making sure it's good. Yeah.
And like Durant just came back, it seemed like. Like he hasn't even been in the lineup for too long.
Yeah. Do you think it might be a case of he's just not taking care of himself?
I don't know what it could be, but for reference, he came back April 7th against the Pelicans. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's the Miami game where he left, so it was from April 7th to April 18th he played.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's 5 full games for Durant. 6 if you want to count the 4 minutes that he played against the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hope he comes back soon. You know, watching Kevin Durant is fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. It's weird. But shout out to Landry Shamet. In that game, he scored 30 points in 37 minutes. And like, I don't think you know who Landry Shamet is.
No clue.
Exactly. That's why scoring 30 points in 37 minutes is kind of a big deal for him.
Yeah.
But they lost. They ultimately lost to a jump shot by Bam Adebayo. So, look at the Heat go. They didn't have Jimmy Butler, and they didn't have Victor Oladipo.
Yeah, those are big losses right there.
Yeah, big losses for them, and yet they're trying to stay afloat in the Eastern Conference. They are the 7th seed right now, so Miami is. So they're looking good. Kind of happy for them.
Yeah.
I really want them to do well. Especially after like last season making it to the NBA finals.
I'm sort of in the middle. Not in the middle. Like I don't care is how I say it. I don't hate them or anything like that. And I get what you're saying. I really like Butler. He's a good player.
Yeah.
I think he deserves a ring by now. But I don't it doesn't hurt me if I don't see them in the finals again or anything like that. So
Yeah. I know we're about to get to them, but I know who you want to see in the finals from the Eastern Conference.
oh yeah, it won't happen. But yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah,
but I
we'll
don't think it's
see. But
it could, but I don't know.
it could. All right. Well, we're gonna talk about his former teammate, Katie's former teammate, Russell Westbrook, and right now he's averaging a triple-double again.
Westbrook is an incredible player. This is an insane thing to do. Is this like who's averaged the most triple doubles in like their career, like per season?
Pretty sure it's
Or
Russell
whatever.
Westbrook.
It is Westbrook. Okay.
I mean, this
Yeah,
is the 4th time in his career that he's averaging a triple-double throughout the season.
It's insane. Not to be all negative like we have been in this episode, but man, if he didn't have those surgeries, if he never hurt his knees like in 2013, 2018, 2017, 2018, something like that, then he's had problems more recently. if he never had injuries, man, he would have been even better than what he is. But I mean, he's still an insane player, still awesome. Uh, yeah,
I don't
I
I
don't know
don't
what else to say.
I don't really think his injuries are like that contributing. I mean, I think
You
that
don't think so?
no, I don't think so. I mean, he's really good. You wouldn't think, like, I didn't think that he was like injured before watching him play.
Yeah,
I mean, he's still got the athleticism. He just doesn't have a jump shot.
yeah.
And that's, everyone knows that. And yet there are some teams like the Pelicans that don't play to that weakness of Westbrook. But I mean, I guess that's how they get you.
Yeah. But still, what a player and what an achievement.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, but to be fair, season's not over yet. He could always not average a triple-double. But
yeah,
just as of right now, it looks like he's going to be doing this for the 4th time in the last 5 seasons.
jeez.
But
That's
also for the
insane.
team, they're not completely out of things yet. They may be the 12th seed, but they're a game or two out of the play-in tournament, which starts at the 10th seed. So they could always get into the play-in tournament and make it into the playoffs.
The Wizards?
Yes.
Yeah, they could. I mean, that means you're banking off like the Bulls and the Pacers to sort of implode,
Well,
which
that's not.
I don't know if that'll happen.
It's not too out of the question.
It's
I mean,
yeah, it's not like a Hail Mary, but that you're still gonna have to throw a pretty good pass for that to happen.
Chicago's been kind of looking stale. The Pacers, I
Yeah.
didn't put this in the video, but they just lost Miles Turner for an indefinite amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I mean, I think the Wizards could sneak in there, but it's going to be really close.
Yeah.
All right, Luca. As per your request, because I skipped
Let's
it
go.
last week, you
Let's
get to
go.
talk about the Atlanta Hawks.
And there's actually not much I have to say this week. There were 3 games since the last time we've recorded. The first one was against the Raptors, which we won. We've been struck with the injury bug recently. So, like, Trae Young didn't play in that game, I don't think. John Collins didn't play in that game. Bogdanovich stepped up, and, I always got to talk about him, my boy Capella. Both of those two were insane in that game. The next one, we lost to the Bucks. Now, you're saying I would be hopeful that the Hawks would win the Eastern Conference in the playoffs or whatever. We lost to the Bucks, who's currently ranked a little higher than us. And the Bucks are a good team, obviously, and we were without Collins and Gallinari in that match. I mean, we had Trae Young, but he didn't do as well as he usually does. It wasn't a horrible loss, but I don't know. If we have to go against them in the playoffs, I don't know if we'll get past them. But it would be that would be an exciting series, I would think. Then the third game, we beat the Pacers. Trae Young looked fresh. He looked great in that game. And yeah, not a bad week for the Hawks.
Great. And now I'm going to talk about the Pelicans because I don't know, just felt I had to. I didn't want to at first, but now that you talked about the Hawks, I was like, let's throw in the Pelicans.
Yeah, why not?
Well, it's upsetting to think about. I mean, given the amount of expectations put on the team and how they are performing, it's upsetting. All right, since we last recorded, they lost all 3 of their games, twice against the Knicks, once against the Wizards in overtime. And, it's the defensive effort, the amount of leads blown. It's just all frustrating to watch, and it's hard. It's really hard to watch. Without me wanting to throw a remote at my TV screen.
If you beat the Nets tonight, your attitude changes, though, right?
No, I don't. It depends,
well,
man.
I mean, y'all are fighting for that 10th spot, right?
We are, but I feel like at this point we don't deserve to be there. I mean,
I don't know.
The wins that we've gotten have been lucky. The losses, we've deserved them all. I mean, look, outside of Zion, there's no reason to watch this team, or you're just going to be disappointed. I mean, it's just bad. I saw the stat the other day, and I wanted to bring it up. If Pelicans games ended with before 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they'd be 34-23.
Oh my gosh, that's 9 more wins.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's that bad.
Jeez.
It is that bad. And I don't like Stan Van Gundy's response being comparing them to high school students, like saying, where is the quote? I have it over here. High school guys would have done what they're supposed to do. Like,
what?
It makes him look like a fool because, like, you're the one who's coaching these men to finish.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't that kind of make you look like an idiot?
Yeah,
I don't understand. And he's been doing it all season. He's been, like, calling out the team when, honestly, I think it's his fault. Like, he needs to take some accountability.
Yeah,
instead
when
of it being on the team.
Yeah, he's like, shouldn't he be fired by now?
I mean, it's his first season. The teams never really fire on their first season unless it's like a complete train wreck. And look, I feel like the Pelicans team got overhyped way too much. And I'm guilty of doing this too.
Well, yeah, to be fair to him, he wasn't too bad at the Pistons now looking at it. And he wasn't bad at Orlando. He hasn't been, like, horrible anywhere. It's just, I feel like his press conference, like the stuff I've been hearing you say in this video and past videos, it's just as a person, he's a bit of a loser.
Yeah, and look, he's still starting Eric Bledsoe. I don't even know why. I don't know.
Favoritism.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I get he's a veteran, but, like, 9 out of 10 times, he's just not playing well. And every time I watch this guy play, I'm reminded of how this dude won second All-NBA defense over Drew Holiday, when Drew Holiday this year is playing lights out better than Eric Bledsoe. Like, and we thought this team would get better because, Drew Holiday, he's kind of older, he's gone. We're embracing the young movement. We have a new coach, more defensive-minded coach. And I guess that's why everyone had the expectations of this is going to be 8th seed or bust. But, look, I don't know if it's obvious to you, Luca, but it's not the record that bothers me. The record does bother me, but the way that we're losing bothers me more.
Yes. Yeah, it's just choking, not being able to defend at all. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the things
frustrating.
That frustrate me. And those are the things that, they are 2.5 games out of the 10th seed, but I'm not surprised if they wouldn't make it because that's just how it's been all season. It's just been like, they have a chance. Will they take it? Probably not.
I mean, just looking at the loss to the Wizards, Bledsoe was on the court for 34 minutes and scored 8 points.
Yeah, and
actually, Lonzo low-key would have been even worse. 20 minutes and scored 4.
Yeah, not to mention, I was about to mention that Lonzo Ball, since he came back, he's done nothing.
Yep.
It's upsetting, but we're just gonna end the video here. I mean, that's all. That's all I gotta say.
Note. Hang on, let's end it on a positive note. Utah Jazz still killing it. Good for them. I got nothing against them personally, so. Good for them.
Yeah, I guess it's refreshing. It's refreshing to see that Utah and Phoenix are on the top, and the Lakers are in the 5th seed. Like, wow.
Yeah.
I do think that with what do we got? We got like a month left of the regular season. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah. I mean, it should be fine. I think the playoffs this season is gonna be super nice in the summer. They're in the summer, right?
Yeah.
I think the playoffs are gonna be good games.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be really fun to watch, and I also like this play-in tournament. It sounds really exciting. Just
when does it start?
I mean, probably after the regular season.
Yeah. Okay.
But
it makes sense.
I don't know, man. Looking at these teams trying to fight in, like, it just sounds exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, the proper way to end this video is that you can say all the negative things about the Pelicans, but Zion came out with his new shoes.
Yeah,
They
he
look
did.
good.
They do. They look pretty good. Yeah. Those.
All right.
That's something to look forward to. Also, Zion Williamson still playing extremely well. Like, yeah, that's the Pelicans.
Zion for Times Person of the Year. Just put him as that. Yeah, Zion. Give it to him.
Put Zion as the MVP, please.
Put him as president. I would like to see that. Actually, no. In 2024, vote for The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
Okay.
president. All right.
I'll consider. All right, but with all that being said, if you enjoyed this video, share it with all your friends. Give it a like. Come back next week for more basketball. Also, Luca, you're doing soccer, and we're also doing baseball. So stay tuned for that. Or maybe that's already out. I don't know when this is going out, so whatever.
I don't know either.
Anywho, see you on the next one.
Hustle, loyalty, respect. That's what I was trying to say.
See ya.